Hello, hello, and welcome back to Something to Noodle On. I'm your host, Mac.
And I'm Hannah. We are average 30-somethings exploring the complex questions that keep us awake at night.
Yes, and this week we decided to switch from our How Art and Media Affect Us to something a little closer to heart. We're getting into love, people. What does it mean to be in love, fall in love, and if we believe in love at first sight? Let's talk about it today on Something to Noodle On.
Love at first sight is a common idea that most people have an opinion on. Stories about knowing immediately that someone was the one, or simply thinking the whole idea is complete nonsense.
What? No, I get it. Movies, romance novels, dating culture, and even wedding speeches constantly reinforce this idea that these fairy tales exist in the real world. But in the real world, are people actually falling in love instantly? I don't know. Or are they maybe feeling attraction, infatuation, familiarity, projection, chemistry, something parasocial, or just flat out lust or hope? Something to think about.
What do we actually mean when we say love at first sight? Like, is it full-blown Ariel moment and we saw our Eric? Or do we listen to Elsa when she says you can't fall in love with somebody you just met? Either way, love at first sight does seem a bit fairy tale-esque.
It really does. It does. Is what we're feeling really love, or is it just intense attraction, those lust chemicals entering our brains, right? The feeling of instantly knowing a person is meant for you, despite having no other interaction or exposure to them. Lots of ways people describe it. It just hits you out of the blue, or you feel a zing as the universe aligns for you.
Ooh.
I don't know. I remember asking one of my friends a long time ago. I was in this relationship and I was like, how do you know you found the one? Like, how do you know? And he's like, you just know, you just feel it. And I was like, what does that mean? You know? And I was like, well, maybe I'm not in the right relationship because I don't know. And if you were supposed to just know, I don't know. I know I've personally felt like kind of weird by it.
I'll be honest here. When I met my now husband, I didn't know.
That's fair, right? Like, it's like, okay
I didn't know
to
he
not
was the one.
be like, I met you and now I know. Like,
I love you. Like, there was definitely like a who's that hottie over there, right? Moment, but
not this is my future husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally valid. That's so fair. Okay, so when it comes to attraction, instant attraction exists as you experienced, but should we really call it love?
No, I don't think we should.
Dang, you said it.
Yeah. No. So, like, studies show humans form first impressions within seconds, okay?
Okay.
So that physical attraction activates reward systems in the brain involving dopamine and norepinephrine. I can't say the word completely.
Norepinephrine.
No, yeah, that one. Thank you. Which can create euphoric feelings similar to obsession.
Whoa.
So,
okay. So you were obsessed with your future hubby. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
you're like, actually,
maybe twist hair. So like anthropologists and stuff like Helen Fisher's research separates love into 3 stages. Okay. Lust, romantic attraction, and attachment. Okay. So Helen Fisher's idea, to sum it up, is about love was not really a magical fairy tale or a mysterious force. Okay. To her, and what she did her research on, is it's a biological need for
interesting
humans. Like a necessity, like food and water to survive. You need that connection.
That makes sense in the sense that humans, like, our sole purpose in life is to procreate, you know, and create more humans, like at our like DNA biological core, not at our individuality, right? Like,
correct. Yeah.
But like, as a
make
species, make more humans. And so to do so, you create this attraction to someone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I can see it.
Yeah.
Is it real or a fluke when people call it love at first sight and actually stay together? Or do you think some people retroactively label it love at first sight once the relationship has succeeded?
Ooh.
Our amazing writer, Indy, has a perspective on this. And she says, these are her words. Okay, so I'm going to read it.
Lay it on me.
As she wrote it. My daddy always says that he knew the second he saw my mom that she was the woman he wanted to marry. They were married for 33 years, but divorced after the death of a child. Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah.
A few years later, they remarried, then they split up again. Then after my dad got sick, they lived together, unmarried and in separate rooms until he passed away, and she followed a few years later. Not a smooth story, but their love for each other was always present, even when they were apart.
Okay, so that's actually a beautiful story.
Right?
So,
like they keep coming back to each other, like through honestly, like traumas, right? Like the death of a child, I can only imagine how hard that hits a parent.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah. And then coming back after they got sick, like that's really beautiful, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's an interesting thought then.
Okay.
Have you ever met someone and instantly felt drawn to them with no explanation?
Yes.
Do you think this is the same or different from love at first sight?
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So if we can instantly know we want someone as a friend, why not also instantly know we want them as like a romantic partner?
Right? Like there's these people that the moment they walk through a room, like they're so charismatic and you're like, I want to be your friend. Like,
yeah, like they emit like an just
aura,
this aura
an
of
energy.
like, an energy that just pulls you to them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is that the same as being in love? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Or is that just like your auras? Are your auras talking? I don't know.
Are they vibing? Like, what's the vibe?
What's the vibe? Our subconsciouses are in love. You know? That's interesting though, because I have been drawn to people. Like either it's something about their vibe, the way they present themselves, but I'm just like, man, like I want to get to know you more. Like you're super cool.
Yeah. Well, that definitely was kind of how I felt about my now husband. Like when we were working in the same store, whatever, I saw him in the other department across from mine, and I was like, hello?
You're like, love?
Who is that?
You're like, come
not so
over
much
later?
love,
no.
but maybe not so much like love, right? But definitely that, like we said before, like that attraction was there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, here's another concept, right? In psychology, there's a term called the halo effect, where attractive or charismatic people, see what we're seeing here? People are assumed to possess other positive qualities. Okay, so stay with me here. We don't know them, but because we're attracted to them, we believe they are greater than they might actually be. Kind of like filling in the blanks early in a relationship before discovering who people actually are. So you can think of this as like, oh, I really like you, so you like the same things that I like, right? Because you're just assuming that they're just such a cool person. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But often, especially with unrequited love at first sight, people project ideals onto the object of their affection. This is where things get dicey. So they're not really falling for the person, but the story that they've made up about them instead.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That can get kind of dicey.
Yeah. So like, could love at first sight actually just be our brains recognizing something that is familiar or comforting to us? And that's why we're so drawn to a person?
Ooh, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think it's comforting. That's why we want to be around them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what if like someone walks into a room, right, and they're all like charismatic, we're all drawn to them. Do we all find the same thing comforting, or can people just be charismatic and interesting that people are drawn to it? Or are we all comforted by it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like, is that person comforting to everybody, or is it just specifically you in the room?
Mm-hmm.
like a like a movie moment, like a you and that person only are in the room.
Oh my gosh, yes. Can you imagine? But yeah, exactly. Literally that.
Okay, so can love develop instantly? Like, can you love someone before truly knowing them? Right? So, like, on the one hand, genuine love requires knowledge, trust, sacrifice, and time. Okay.
Sure.
Unconditional love is quite rare. We all have our deal breakers. As a parent, I love my children unconditionally. I also have seen parents who still love their children, even if they've like committed murder.
You've
right?
seen parents whose children have committed murder?
Listen, there's Dateline.
Okay.
Okay, right? Granted that they don't like what they're doing, right, for obvious reasons and want justice, but they still love their child.
Do they though? Like, can a parent, like, I'm not a parent, right? So can't relate, don't understand. Can a parent hate their child? Like, just genuinely be like, fuck, I don't like my kid, you know? Can that be a thing?
I mean, so in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not like expert, whatever. I don't think a parent who truly unconditionally loves their child could hate their kiddo. Like, if you actually fully 100% unconditioned love your child, then like regardless of what they do in life, like you could hate their decisions they've made. You can hate the situation they've gotten themselves into. You can hate like you know, their actions and everything else. But like that's a part of you. Like you made that. That's a part of you. That's in your life regardless. So I think if a parent actually truly hates their child, they would be gone. They would be like outie bagouty and wouldn't care. And just leave.
Like parents who like get up and leave and like make a whole new life.
Right. Yeah. Which happens, right? Which is sad, in my opinion. But that's, I mean, that for me, unconditional means unconditional.
Yeah,
like there are no
conditions.
What. Yes.
Dang. Okay. Maybe I'm not cut out to have a kid. Like, think of it like this though. Fairy tales, romance novels, and movies constantly reinforce instant connection narratives. Okay. Like the power of the meet cute, which originates as a classic cinematic trope. It's the situations like bumping into a stranger and dropping papers or reaching for the same coffee cup. Those classic Hallmark movie tropes where you know those two are about to be the main storyline, right?
Yeah.
But then again, they only have a short time to tell the story. There's not much room for a budding relationship, unless it's just like a really long TV series, right?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. For sure. It's also kind of like the when you know has been a part of like culturally romanticized.
Yeah.
Right? So like how often have we heard the statement from coupled and married friends?
So much.
So much. You know, right? Yeah, exactly. Is this an oversimplification? Or maybe it's just our way of avoiding the truth that we are all out here not really knowing what we're doing in relationships and that meeting the one is more luck than anything else.
I mean,
like I said before, I had no idea that my now husband was the man for me, right? So I just thought he was a cutie patootie and was like, hey, I need you in my life. And then we went on some dates. And then I'm like, wow, I really like this person. And then we like officially like called it us a couple. And then we were together for a few years before we finally got married. So, you know.
So I have experienced that when you know. My last partner, to be honest, I remember meeting him and then the next day I called my best friend and I was like, I met the man I'm going to marry. And she's like, bitch, you're crazy. You just met him. And I was like, mock my words. I'm going to fucking marry this guy. And we ended up getting engaged, you know, like it was like, it felt perfect in a way, but it was one of those things where like relationships, they ebb and they flow and they fizzle, and you grow, and if your partner's not growing with you, and so
you change.
It changes. And it was really, really, really hard for me to let go of that relationship because I felt that when you know vibe. Like I felt it in my fucking bones. And it was so hard to just be like, I can't do this anymore, because it's like, how do you go from that feeling to walking away?
Yeah, that's an experience I have not experienced.
I don't recommend it. It's not great. Wasn't my favorite. 0 out of 10.
Yes. Mostly notes.
Mostly notes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, researchers Ian McGregor and John Holmes found that repeatedly telling stories about relationship events can actually influence later memories and interpretations of those events. So this is really interesting.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
Along with this, others have found that couples often rewrite or dramatize the beginning of their relationships. Since memory itself is reconstructive, people may later interpret early attraction as instant certainty. But why do they do this? Maybe it's because we convince ourselves that everything was right from the beginning, because that just feels more comfortable, right?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh boy. I mean, it makes you wonder though if we accurately remember the beginnings of our relationships.
Probably not.
Or is it all or is it like just all some sort of fantasy to reinforce that love at first sight or the you know.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that for real. But it's like, whether you believe in love at first sight, healthy relationships usually require intentional maintenance, regardless of how they started.
Can you say that again?
That's okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll say this whole sentence. Whether or not you believe in love at first sight, healthy relationships usually require intentional maintenance, regardless of how they started. That's how I in my last relationship fell apart. We weren't doing that maintenance,
that intentional maintenance. Yeah. Oh God, that just it hits, man. It hits
does.
in a way. I'm a very large advocate of therapy, and I know that
we are.
You are as well. And if you can afford it, do it, man. Just do it.
And a lot of insurances are free, just saying.
Yeah. Well, and it helps you as a human grow personally. And
100%.
That's what's really important also, because when you grow personally and then you bring that to the relationship and they're growing personally as well, like if you then bring that together and that intentional maintenance together and you grow more even together, it's just chef's kiss.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it has to be intentional.
Oh, 100%. Like, I consider therapy as like an oil change for your brain. It's just like,
ooh, that's a good way to put that.
Yeah. It's just like maintenance. That's just real. Even if you just go once a month, like if you don't want to do the weekly thing, let's go once a month.
Right.
It's just really good for you. And yeah, being with your partner, especially when you get into those long-term relationships, like you'll have those ebbs and flows, and it's how you deal with them is how you get out on the other side. And some people don't get out on the other side. I didn't get out on the other side, and so.
Well, and that's, yeah. Well, and learning how to be vulnerable with each other too is a very big part of that. And
100%.
And in order to learn that is, again, that maintenance that needs to happen too. So, yeah. I always think too, like, okay, so I just think, I could go on forever about
it's important.
The maintenance and stuff like that. But sometimes in marriages, in long marriages, okay, when you've been together, there's that you fall in and out of love. Okay?
Sure. And
so taking the time or that intention to fall back in love together, I think is a beautiful thing too.
And a choice.
And a choice. Yeah, an intentional choice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so relationship psychologists define lasting love as involving intimacy, commitment, and emotional knowledge.
Okay.
Robert Sternberg's triangular theory of love, and yes, I did just form a triangle with my hands, even though you can't see it,
We see it in our hearts.
Identifies intimacy, passion, and commitment as separate components. Passion can appear instantly. Intimacy usually develops over time. And it's impossible to develop lasting love in the split second we see someone for the first time. But do we actually need all of these to feel love is the question, I guess.
I think yes.
Yeah, I think yes too.
Yeah. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. Like, because intimacy can mean a bunch of different things, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like,
yes.
Intimacy isn't just physical intimacy, but it's also emotional intimacy. It's what makes you feel close to that person.
Yeah.
And that's important. Like, you can feel close to somebody, but if you don't have that passion, like I have passion in my current relationship, and it's everything. It is amazing, and it makes me so happy to feel wanted. You know, that's that passion is like you feel wanted by your partner. Yeah. I think that's important.
I have a big old smile on my face for you right now.
I know, thanks. Yeah, no, it's the best. But yeah, I think all those things are needed to feel love, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can having intense emotions be mistaken for depth of emotion, right? It's easy to feel like we're in love when we're all swept up in it. But when the dust settles, can we see a little more clearly that doesn't always hold up, right?
Ooh.
Right. That infatuation, that really strong, like,
yeah.
And I'm sure like this is a good example of like new budding love, like when you're in middle school and you're like, I love Nick or like whoever the fuck,
right?
Know?
Yeah.
And then next week you love somebody else. You're like, I love Matt.
I
like,
love
Matt's
Sebastian now. Yeah.
But like it feels so intense and so strong. And then they do one thing that gives you the ick and you're like, never mind.
Never mind. Yeah.
We like someone else now. We like John now. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Well, and like, because I feel I'm a very emotional person anyways. And so a lot of my, like as a personally, I feel those emotions very much like deeply, very deeply. The saying is the saying is like, I wear my emotions on my sleeve kind of a thing, right? They're out there. And that's just that's the kind of human that I am. And so I understand the feeling swept up in it for sure. It's interesting too, because my last relationship, I felt that for a good 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
And being swept up in this relationship that was not good. And you get blinded by a lot of things until that dust settles. And then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, being swept up in it, you can easily not see the red flags, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing called fast love versus lasting love.
Ooh, okay.
Right? Some relationships start explosively and burn out super quickly, while others start maybe slowly and become incredibly deep over time. Maybe both progressions are valid. It just depends on what the people involved are kind of looking for in their lives, you know?
Yeah. I think that even though some relationships can ignite quickly and then end quickly, doesn't make the love they feel any less legitimate.
Sure.
You know, so like research on long-term relationships satisfaction often emphasizes emotional safety, communication, and compatibility over initial passion. That's a word. While relationships built primarily on intense emotions, early infatuation may experience sharp drop-offs as the relationship progresses.
Okay, so that's like you're feeling super, super in love right away.
Yeah.
And then as that relationship goes on, you're like, maybe not.
Yeah. Whereas like that long-term relationship is emotional safety, communication, and compatibility.
Yeah, you're like feeling really good about it. I think emotional safety is important.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, especially in like today's climate of dating. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
We'll get into that in a second. But
yeah, we will.
even if we do feel love at first sight, we shouldn't let the butterflies in our stomach drive our behavior, especially if we're going to be left with nothing in the end.
Okay, so how would we know if we're left with nothing in the end without actually trying first, right?
True.
So we only live once. Learning to be vulnerable with those around us can hurt us for sure. But without taking that risk, we'll never know who will reciprocate those feelings back, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's not like you're getting into a relationship and being like, this is going to end, like, what am I getting out of this?
Like, yeah, exactly. First date. Okay, when is this guy never gonna call me again?
Yeah, when is this gonna be done? Like,
yeah,
you're not thinking that. Like, every relationship I think you enter, you want to last. Like, you want to get married and you don't want to get divorced, right? Like, that's right. I don't think anybody wants to get divorced.
No, I don't think so either. So, and sometimes not even marriage is something they want. They just want a relationship to last. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Not everybody wants to get married anymore, and that's okay. But I'm just saying, like, having that relationship with a partner that lasts going into it, that's the idea, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, here's another one.
Okay.
That just knowing, relying on intuition versus imagination. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So we mentioned this before, but plenty of people genuinely report that just knowing. I felt that. I knew what that felt like at one point in their life. Yeah, like when you're just meeting the love of your life. So maybe intuition deserves a little bit more credit, even if we can't explain it, right?
Yeah. Okay. So like similar to that gut feeling we had talked about on a previous pod.
Yeah,
right? It's also possible that we can convince ourselves that meeting the person was fate because we like the certainty aspect, or even because it makes a better story. No judgment. So like if we convince ourselves that it was fate or a divine moment in some time, divine moment and beautiful, like, how do we imagine that? Like, like, what is that? Yeah.
Is it like that with the movies with these like over the top scenes when the main love interest lights up or that mystical wind blows their hair perfectly? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right? Like that doesn't happen in real life.
No.
But our expectations of how love is supposed to happen takes hold there, letting our imaginations go wild.
You're so right. Yeah. That stepping into the room, angels hear chorus in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then here's food for thought. Do we think our bodies can recognize compatibility before our brains can explain it?
Ooh.
Right? We certainly can't ignore the physiological reactions that also occur when we feel intense attraction. It's not all purely mental, right? So like how, like that gut feeling of this is like the that happens.
Yeah, is it like some subconscious thing that we're not even aware of computing in the background?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So like I knew my now husband, it was like an attractive guy and I was definitely like, wow, I need that person in my life, but I wasn't sure like what that entailed. You know what I mean? Whether if it was a relationship or just friends or person that I'd vented to that day. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but I knew that there was something.
Well, okay. There is a theory that I heard about a long time ago. I don't know the name of it. And again, take it with a grain of salt. Like this is third hand theory. Someone told me, I don't know where they got it from. So whatever. But it's a theory that because we're all stardust at the end of the day, right? We're all just atoms and explosion from the Big Bang and whatnot.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said that too. Yeah.
So the theory is that like the particles in us are driven to be near the particles that we were near during like the explosion thingy. Do you know what I'm talking about? So like every action and thing that you do in your life gets you closer to your particles. And so like maybe your hubby was like some of your particles.
He's
you know
my
what I'm
particles.
saying? Yeah. So like you were just drawn to them because they're like a part of you. They're your little particles.
Yeah, they're my little particles.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cute?
Aww. That is so cute.
It's so cute. We love it.
So cute.
Again, I don't know if that's true, but like,
listen, it's true. It's now true.
It's true. You heard it here first, folks. It's true.
It's true.
Oh, I love it. Does believing in love at first sight help or hurt relationships? Waiting for love at first sight can lead to unrealistic dating expectations, as we know. Like, dating apps are all about instant connection. How often do you think people reject good matches because there isn't an immediate spark, right?
Ooh, yeah. Or swipe without reading the profile.
Yeah.
Right? So for some reason, it's all about getting the highest number of matches. So they keep swiping right on everyone they feel slightly attracted to.
It's like superficial, right? Like you're just at the baseline attracted to them.
Yeah. So modern dating culture rewards fast judgments and endless comparisons. Do you think the idea of instant chemistry leads people to prematurely abandon relationships that could have grown into love?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, you were perfectly like how I was like, no, yes.
Well, okay. So I have friends that have like done the whole dating app thing, and like some of them have said that, so like the current dating app culture, right? I can't contest to this, like this isn't my experience, but they'll go and go on a date with one person. And while they're like on that date or like talking to that person and like not even getting to the point of, oh yeah, we feel really good about this relationship, let's keep moving forward, they're still swiping on other people. You know, they're still like the door is still open. They're constantly looking for like that upgrade, right? Like, oh, well, I'm dating you, but maybe I can get something a little bit better, you know? And so they're not dating with like authenticity of like, oh, I actually want to date you. It's well, you're here now, but who's going to be here tomorrow? You know,
who's going to be here next?
Yeah. Which sounds wild.
That sounds so wild to me. I've never had experiences with dating apps or anything like that. That was not something that was the hot commodity when I was meeting my husband. But I do you remember eHarmony?
Yeah, I remember those commercials.
Here's a cute story for you then. My father met his wife on eHarmony.
Really?
And they've been together for a very long time.
I love that.
Cute. Yeah, I love it too. And actually, it was funny because I remember when he was talking about it, and he kind of came across as like, so I did this thing. I'm really like nervous about it. And it was very cute when he was like trying to explain to his daughter that he was trying to date again, you know?
Oh,
and
sure,
so,
yeah.
You know, like that awkward, like, hey, so here's the thing, you know, like, but it was sweet. And like when they met, I could tell something had changed within him. Like just, there was just this happiness that just emanated from him, and it made me happy for him. And so that was very interesting to see how that dating app or dating email thing was actually working, you know? So based on matches or whatever.
Yeah. Well, because they say that app is like based on like science, and they do a bunch of compatibility stuff. So like when it works, it works, you know, and your dad is like a testament to that. That's amazing.
Yeah. It is pretty cool.
I love it. Okay, so maybe believing that love is more than just brain chemistry has some value, right? Even if love at first sight isn't real per se, the hope that it can keep people from giving up on dating or finding their person. If two people genuinely believe they experienced love at first sight, whether that's true or not, does it really even matter? There's no harm in it. So. It just becomes a part of their own personal story.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And then having an optimistic view of love and relationships is better for us in the long run than just seeing the doom and darkness and despair in dating.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Plus, believing your relationship is special or fated or destined can actually lead to greater happiness.
Oh, I love that. There's like something powerful about believing you found the one person out there who was made just for you, right? There's like billions of other people, and you could have ended up with any of them, but you found your one, you know? You found your little stardust, your particles.
I found my particles. When my husband comes home from work today, I'm going to be like, honey, you're my particles. And he's not going to have a clue what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh. That's so cute. Stop. Okay, well, maybe love is both instant and also built over time. Perhaps the initial moment of love at first sight is real, but incomplete, right? You just need to be open to the possibility that your instant spark can build a lasting lifetime of fire and love and passion and all that fun stuff.
Right.
Or maybe we should think of it like the first chapter of a book instead of the whole story. There's tons of plot left before you get to the end.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at that. Like couples who sustain long-term relationships often emphasize choice, communication, and consistency over fate. Even if they're willing to admit that fate brought them together initially, or like not willing to admit that.
A lot of the argument is just built on the idea that love is just meant to last, but it doesn't always have to last to be satisfying. And if that's the case, can love at first sight exist without the expectation of lasting commitment?
Ooh.
But I like this idea. So this takes me back to an Adams Ruins Everything episode. And they talk, it's like a science episode where they talk about like woo-woo shit, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the things,
shit.
We love woo-woo shit. One of the things that they talk about is the placebo effect. And so even if it doesn't do anything, if you think it does something and it still ends up working for you, then it worked, right?
Right.
So like if you think Reiki is real, where you're just like putting some sound vibrations in your body and now your arthritis is gone, like and then your arthritis is gone, like then it's real, even though there's no science to explain that that's real in any way, shape, or form. And so I think it's similar in the sense with love. Like if you're just open to the idea that this could be your soulmate, then this is your soulmate, you know?
Yeah, and open to the idea of love at first sight, even though maybe it is a little more complicated and categorized in a different way, but still simplified and beautified as love at first sight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we just put the bow on top of all the other complications and we're like, no. Just it's love at first sight.
Or like putting your fingers on your lips.
Yeah. This is what it is now.
This is what it is. Okay, so how do we feel about love at first sight? Is it real or is it not? Yeah. All right. ND has an idea. She says, despite my parents' story, I don't believe in love at first sight, but I do believe that instant attraction exists to alert us to people who should be in our lives.
Oh.
I like that. To alert us to people who should be in our lives. ND.
Yeah.
Girl, where are you? You should be here.
Applause. Applause.
Okay, what about you, Hannah? Do you believe in it?
No, actually. I don't think I do.
Okay.
I agree with ND. Like, I believe attraction definitely pulls you in, or the vibe that someone that catches your eye. But that itself, that alone, I don't think is love. Like, full caps, italicized, bolded. I don't think
Underlined.
That's love.
Yeah.
Underlined.
Okay.
You know, love is definitely that work that you put in. Like we've talked about. It's deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because my partner right now, he's a little silly goose. He was like, I saw you, and he was like, and I knew. He's like, it was love at first sight. And I was like, you didn't even know me. There's no way. I was like, what if I was a jerk? You know, he's like, I didn't care. He was like, I was in love. And I was like, okay. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
But I agree that like you can have that attraction, but love is that like deeper thing that you build. It takes time.
Mm-hmm. And commitment and vulnerability and communication.
And all the things we said.
And all the things we said before.
Yeah. Re-listen to it to hear all those things we said before.
Yeah, go back through. Take notes.
Take notes. All right. Well, as always, I hope we gave you guys something to noodle on. Whether that's reflecting on your own relationship story or being hopeful for what's to come.
This week, we want you guys to ask yourselves, what makes a person stand out to you?
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Is it certain qualities that make you want them in your life? Or is it something you can't explain? So share your answers with us on social media or by joining our Discord or posting and tagging us at Something to Noodle On pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, that's our handle pretty much everywhere. All right. Well, next week, join us as we dive into the Great American Sleepover as the U.S. sees an influx of visitors thanks to the World Cup. I love all these posts. I can't wait to talk about it.
I have seen a few of them. They're so great.
They're so cute. All right. Well, that's next time. So I'm just getting giddy talking about next time.
Same.
All right. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.